Yo fam, what is up? You are back. This is your daily outlook prediction for stocks and crypto. This video is not financial advice, should not be taken as such. This is my research, which I'm sharing with you. Please do your own research and due diligence for buying any stock or crypto asset. With that being said, let's hop in the charts, facts, data showing you what is going on for this week. Now, remember, weekly outlook and prediction. I told you guys green week, all right? And this is what we're seeing. Things are about to get crazy. Let me break it down why we're about to see some pumpage and big moves in the meme stocks. We're also going to talk about crypto and the stock market in this video. So AMC and GME. AMC popped to the upside here today. GME popped to the upside here today. Very, very bullish. Let me break down why this week is so special. So today we saw a large amount of inflows, a large amount of smart money buying in large orders. We saw a large inflows of large orders. We had this pop to the upside, made this gap fill to the upside, 26.79 to 26.59. We do have a gap fill to the downside we do have to worry about. We are gapping up as we make this huge run to the upside ever since earnings. I told you guys way back in earnings that GME was going to start running, and it has been running ever since. This is what we're looking at now. We're above the key level of 27.06. You guys can see every time we come up to this level of 27.06, we get rejected. And let me show you guys what I mean by that. You guys can see we pushed up to it, got rejected, got rejected, got rejected, finally used it as resistance hard, came all the way down. That's showing what a key level this is. It's very strong support and resistance. Now we finally broke above it after gapping up and consolidating, getting all of those inflows. Then we saw what I believe to be institutions buying here into close and a little bit in after hours. That's why we're up slightly in after hours, and we popped up in the close. What I think we'll see tomorrow is a continuation to the upside here a little bit in pre-market, but then we'll drop down. As long as we hold 27.06 as support, you're going to see a big pop to the upside, which I think is going to be happening. Now you guys can see that there's a gap fill to the upside here at about 27.36 all the way to 28.38. I think that's a very realistic price target for this week. And if GME is able to break above and hold the key level of $32 to $35 before the warrants come out, that is going to be absolutely massive. We have until October 7th to reach that possible price. We could see a huge amount of buying and a huge amount of up pressure if we do get into October 7th and warrants are getting delivered and we're above the price of $32 already. So be aware of that. Obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this is not anything, but me personally, I'm going to hold the warrants for as long as possible because they do cause dilution when exercised, and if held long as possible, it could build up bullish momentum and help the stock go even higher. And they will always be a threat as well, as people will have warrants and they'll be able to exercise them all the way up into 2026, as you guys can see, October 30th, 2026. So GME looks very, very bullish. I think we're about to see a macro breakout. I talked about this in the weekly outlook and prediction. We have this big push to the upside. You guys can see we've been consolidating, bullish pennant here. If we break to the upside of this and actually get above and hold $30, $35 around that range, you're going to see a big move to the upside. So GME potentially about to go on a macro bull run and or squeeze. I don't want to get people too hyped, but we're definitely about to see a rally, a move up towards $30, and I believe this time once we get to $30, we're going to be holding it. You guys can see here on the monthly time frame, you guys can see GME's MACD is green right now, guys. This is very, very bullish for a bull run. You guys can see we pushed up, we consolidated. I believe we're about to see another move up, finally breaking above and holding a 30 as the fundamentals for GME has changed. It is profitable. It is doing absolute numbers. It's beating analyst expectations on earnings, and it's crushing it. Now, as long as GME stays above 27.06, you're going to see a nice pop up to about 27.25 or 27.34. If we go to 27.34, we could really start to move. I think we're going to see a decent green day tomorrow as some of this bullish pressure that got built up over today is released, ladies and gentlemen. So looking very, very good for GME as well as AMC. We have the Taylor Swift event coming up. Now there is some news, breaking news as well. Trump to impose 100% tariffs on films made outside the U.S. This is literally breaking right now. This happened just a few hours ago. So do be aware of that. That is making the rounds. This could affect AMC, but most films are already made in the U.S. Let me know if you guys think it will affect AMC or not. I don't think it's some huge threat, but here is a little bit of tinfoil theories. Are they doing anything possible to stop the squeeze, ladies and gentlemen? Getting Trump to impose tariffs all of a sudden, kind of out there, man. Some tinfoil stuff. You guys let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm just putting that out there. It's kind of weird about the timing here for those tariffs here on films made outside the U.S. Now, most of them are made inside the U.S., so I think we'll be good. But again, with GME having the warrants as well, we also have BBBY having the warrants, and then AMC having the Taylor Swift event on October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. This is extremely bullish for us to continue to the upside. AMC closed above and held $3 today. Very, very bullish. As long as AMC is able to break and hold $3 tomorrow, you're going to see a nice pop up towards 305 and 310. If AMC can break and hold 310, that's where it could really start to run. If GME starts to move up, that's going to help AMC move up as well. I believe both AMC and GME are going to be pushing to the upside. AMC actually was able to reclaim its overall trend line. You guys can see we have this overall uptrend. When I told you guys AMC bottomed here when we did this inverse head and shoulders, and I called out the bottom and I told you guys we're bottoming. Now you guys can see we're in an overall uptrend. We've been making higher lows and higher highs. We're going to push up again and make a higher high than this 308, most likely going to 310 and holding that and pushing up towards 350, ladies and gentlemen. If you go ahead and look at cost to borrow for GME, more bullish signs. Cost to borrow for GME, extremely bullish, making a big candle to the upside, 0.78% cost to borrow here for GME. As far as shares available to short, they have a little bit more for GME, 3.1 million shares for GME, 1.3 million here for AMC, so they have a little bit for AMC, a little bit less for AMC, but still a decent amount for both of them. 0.55% is the cost to borrow. We want to see cost to borrow go over 1% or higher because that will alleviate some of the short pressure that we see when they dump shares. I go live all the time and we see the effect of them dumping shares. If volume is high, it doesn't matter as much, but it still slows us down and prolongs the inevitable and creates downward pressure, which we don't want to see. We want to see these stocks go up and not be manipulated down. Now, generally today, AMC's volume was really nice, 22.7 million, ladies and gentlemen. This shows that AMC is definitely waking up and the meme stocks are winding up for a decent pop to the upside. I believe both AMC and GME are about to make decent moves to the upside, in my personal opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. I think AMC, again, once it gets past that 310 level, is going to make a decent pop, and then GameStop, once it gets into that like 27.34, it's going to start moving towards 28.30 and then potentially $30 and make a decent run from there as well. AMC, I believe $5-6 is definitely on the cards, as that's the ranges we were at before. If AMC is able to break and hold like $6, then we could make a nasty pop to the upside where you could see potential shorts covering and or FOMO gamma squeezing kicking in. So this is what we're looking at for the meme stocks. Looking hopeful for this week and next week. It could be absolutely huge. Warrants getting exercised on multiple meme stocks, BBBY as well. Even though it's a different BBBY, it's not the same one. People had their shares eliminated, and that's a whole different story. But we're seeing all of these actions on the meme stocks at once from October 3rd into October 7th. All meme stocks have something popping for them. So this is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Again, also something very unusual for AMC and GME is call options. Heavily stacked to the calls here. AMC, look at this. Way outweighing on calls. Puts very little to non-existent. You guys can see also people bought 450 calls here today. And then GME options chain looks crazy. All the way up, you guys can see people are buying call options here for GME all the way up to like 35.50. So I think the meme stocks are going to explode in my personal opinion. So not financial advice. I think we're about to see a rally. There's multiple signs pointing to it, from the cost to borrow, the options chain, the technicals, and the fundamentals. This is what we're looking at for AMC and GME. Let's go ahead and move into SPY in the overall market, show you guys what's going on there. Then we'll wrap up this video after doing crypto as well. So you guys can see SPY pop to the upside here pre-market. Came back down, filled its gap. Now NASDAQ has a little bit of the gap left, so it might come down. I think overall the stock market is topping out, in my personal opinion, and we're actually going to see a correction down. But I don't think that's going to be just yet. I think SPY is about to make a pop to the upside. We have this potential bullish megaphone structure here, which if we're able to break above and hold 66337, you're going to see a nasty move towards 66505. And I believe since we retested it here and we came down and found support, we'll be able to use that as support and push up. Now that depends if we are able to hold 665 and 05 and push up. That depends how high we'll be able to go. But if we do hold that level, you're going to see a nasty move towards like 66652 or 66702. I believe that we are coming to retest at least 66505. And that is probably going to be happening tomorrow as this breaks out. I think this is going to break out. You guys can see right here on the MACD 15-minute time frame, we're getting green. 10-minute time frame, we're still green here, kind of mixing a little bit here, but 15 minutes still green, 10 minutes still green. I think what we're doing is building bullish momentum. You might see a little bit of pullback in the morning where we're retesting this, and it could start off very, very slow, but by the afternoon or end of the day, I believe that SPY is going to push up towards 664, 665 in my personal opinion. So I think SPY is going to recover tomorrow, which could help the meme stocks move up as well, get those buy algos going, and things are looking good. Now, we do have to worry about a data drop. We have a data drop at 10 a.m., which is definitely going to cause volatility. We have to look for the job openings, okay, jolts. We have to watch out for jolts. This could definitely shake up the market, so that's going to be at 10 a.m. I will be going live tomorrow, so make sure you guys tune in. I'll give you guys those technicals and analysis as those do come in. So that's what we're looking at for SPY in the overall market. Again, SQQQ breaking out of a falling wedge. I think overall the market is actually topping out, in my personal opinion. We might see a little bit of pullback on SPY, but I think it's going to push up one more time and then drop down. SQQQ, you might see a little bit more pullback before it pushes up, and then NASDAQ, you might see it move up a little bit more before it drops down, but it's breaking down out of a rising wedge. SQQQ, which moves inverse of the NASDAQ, is breaking out of a falling wedge. So again, this is why I think we might see a decent correction here for the markets, as well as RSI being overbought. Let's go ahead and move into Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, show you guys what's going on there, and then we'll wrap up this video. So Bitcoin getting a nasty pop to the upside after holding 109.5K as support. This could just be the bounce before the dump, though, for a flash crash or flush, a shakeout. Either way, crypto dips are for buying, in my personal opinion. Now, if Bitcoin is able to break above 115,700 and hold that level, that means that this recovery is official, and we're about to see something nasty here for Bitcoin and crypto. But again, Bitcoin is going to be controlling the market. You guys can see how Bitcoin popped up. So meme coins, altcoins, they started to move up as well, as Bitcoin is the market mover and it maintains Bitcoin dominance. You guys can see here that the fractal saying we might have to flush out. This could be the bounce before a drop down. But if we drop down, we overall go higher, okay? So, and I think in the long term, 2027, 2030, which I'm investing for in crypto personally, I think in the long term, this is a technology and it's going to be moving into the future. We're seeing XRP ETF, Solana ETFs, XRP, there's already a SPY ETF, but there's more coming out potentially here in October, which it could be Uptober here for cryptocurrency, because we're seeing across the board multiple ETFs that could potentially come into play. Also, there's a little bit of speculation about supply shock here for XRP, because people are accumulating and holding, and that's what they do. A lot of people, everyday people, even people that aren't in the crypto game heavily, what they do is they buy and they hold this stuff. Most people are in crypto for the long term. And when I talk to new people coming in, and there's a lot of new people that want to come in, they want to hold for the long term. So a lot of people get their tokens and they lock them up. They put them in cold storage, or they put them in a wallet and they forget about them. And that's what you need to do with an investment. Put it away and forget about it, and pay yourself in the future, because that's what you're doing. You're paying yourself in the future. Nobody's going to pay you in the future. You need to learn how to generate more money and generate more income. So as you guys can see, October's looking crazy. Possible ETFs here: Solana, XRP, Litecoin, Dogecoin, potentially coming here through a span of about October 24th to October 2nd. So October 2nd to 24th, you could see some of these ETFs come into play, or get approval here from the SEC. So this is huge. I think if you do see some of these things, you're going to see crypto go crazy. If Bitcoin is able to break above 115,700 and hold that, it will definitely start rocketing to the upside. So be careful. That is a possibility. But this could be a dump. We could get a pump before a dump. So just be aware of that. But right now, it looks really, really good. If you look at Ethereum looks like it's possibly in a huge falling wedge. I could see it go way past 5K. So Ethereum looks like it's probably setting up for a nasty move again. It could take a little bit of time, but this could definitely break out. This pattern that we see here could definitely break out way past 5K, which I think 5K ETH is inevitable. I think it's going to be happening very, very soon. You guys can see right now at time of recording, Cardano ADA moving up towards 81 cents. Most of the crypto market green. Bitcoin up 2% on the day. Ethereum up 2.39% on the day. So most of the crypto market moving to the upside. If we go ahead and look at XRP's price, You guys can see XRP also moving to the upside as well. XRP currently sitting at 288. You want to see XRP reclaim $30. If that means it reclaims $3, that means that the pullback is unlikely unless Bitcoin were to flush out. Of course, Bitcoin, even if you don't hold it, you need to watch, because unfortunately it does control the market. When Bitcoin pulls back, all coins pull back. When Bitcoin pumps, all coins pump, and you guys can see it every day. So this is what we're looking at for the overall crypto market. Let me know if there's any crypto coins you guys want me to cover in the comments down below. Crypto fear and greed moving back in the neutral, showing you guys that things are kind of neutral right now. We still could see some downside, but there's a chance we could pump as well. That's why I need to see 115,700 secured on BTC before I confirm that we're not going to see that flush to the downside. This was your daily outlook and prediction for stocks and crypto. If you found it informative, please drop a like, leave a comment down below, press subscribe. I appreciate you guys if you watch this whole entire video, because that so few people do it, and it helps me out a lot. If you like, comment, and subscribe, that helps me out with the algorithm huge as well. If you guys want to support the channel in a different way, you can rock some of the merch and cop the merch from the merch store. I'm rocking some right now. As you guys can see, high quality stuff. If you guys want to support the channel a different way, or you could drop a super chat during one of my many live streams, but you don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I appreciate each and every one of you watching. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out, fam.